Here's the thing. We need to build more housing. We need to build more housing because there are too many homeless people on this planet. There are too many homeless people. There are too many people that need homes. And the way you end homelessness is if you build more housing. Now, that could be rental apartments. That could be regular houses. That could be what do you call it? They call it in Europe social housing. They call it here public housing. We need more public housing, which is free housing for people who can't afford anything at all, or virtually anything. There's public housing. There's all different kinds of housing that we need to build more of. And I don't just mean one type. We need like more of everything. Particular dense housing, because if we build more housing on the I don't want to tear down forests to build housing. You understand? I believe we should build more housing, but I do not believe we should destroy forests to do that, because that would be bad for the environment and that would be bad for climate change. Okay, so we need to build more housing to end homelessness. We need to build more public housing, social housing. We need to build more luxury housing. We need to build more low-class housing. We need to build more middle-class housing. We need to build more every single type of housing there is. I don't care if it's luxury. I don't care if it's middle class. I don't care if it's lower class. I don't care if it's public housing. We need more of it. The reason we need more of it is because there are homeless people. And they're homeless people because 99% of the homes in this planet are filled with people. The only places that the homes are not filled with people are maybe parts of the Midwest that are the Rust Belt that are going through a deindustrialization process where nobody wants to live in some towns in Ohio or Indiana or whatever because it was industrialized like 100 years ago, but the factory went away and the factory went to China, and so now nobody wants to live in the town anymore, and they have all these houses that nobody wants to live there because there's no jobs there, and because there's no jobs there, people move to places where there are jobs. Okay, they move to places where there are jobs. Well, so the places where there are jobs, we need to build more housing. So I'm not saying like every town in America should be building more housing, because maybe your town isn't growing. If your town's not growing, or people don't want to live in your town, then don't build more housing. But for the places that people do want to live in, they should build more. They should build affordable ways for people can live. Okay, because I'm not just talking about the homeless people. I'm talking about the rent is too darn high. The rent is too darn high, and the way you reduce the rent, the way you make the rent go down, the way you make home prices go down, make it more affordable to live, is you build more apartments. You build more apartments, you build more homes. The cost of rent will go down. And then the counter argument is, oh, but I own a home, or oh, but my mom owns a home, or my dad owns a home. And then if the home values go down, then my trust fund will go away. My trust fund will go away if the home values go away. Oh, my trust fund, my poor trust fund. If my parents, if their home values go down, if they build more apartments, then my parents' home values will go down. So sad. It's so sad. The poor rich kids and their trust funds, and the boomers and the old people. They live in $800,000 mansions, and they're like, I want it to be a $2 million mansion. I want to live in a $2 million mansion. I don't want to live in an $800,000 mansion. I want to live in a $2 million mansion. So they don't allow any housing in the area to be built. So the home values go up, up, up. The home values are like stocks. They just go up and up. It's the ultimate retirement vehicle for a lot of these baby boomers, is these home values, and they want these home values to keep going up and up and up. Oh wow, let's make our home worth $2 million by not allowing any construction to be built in the area, and having it impossible to be able to afford to live in your town, in your city. Yay! So then the home values go up. Good for you, but it's not good for the people who don't own a home. It's not good for the lower class people. It's not good for the people who struggle paying the bills. It's not good for people who can't pay rent. It's not good for homeless people. Disadvantaged people need homes. Disadvantaged people need lower rents. Disadvantaged people need lower cost of home ownership. I know upper class people benefit greatly from high home prices. Oh, they do really well. They like to buy a bunch of houses and rent them out to people, and they love when the price of land goes up and the price of houses go up. But regular people, poor people, lower class people, middle class people do not benefit. Do not benefit when the cost of land goes up. When the cost of land and the cost of homes go up, regular people don't benefit from that. So you might be one of those like rich people that own $800,000 home, and you want it to be infinitely more expensive. You want the home to be so valuable that you'll all your money problems you'll be able to give your kids $10 billion and they can all be Donald Trump and run for president someday. But for regular people, need affordable homes. And you make affordable homes by locally allowing more homes to be built. That doesn't necessarily mean tearing down forests. It means taking what is an unused lot that's not that maybe 50 years ago it was like a gas station, or maybe it was like a Winn-Dixie, or not a Winn. Try not to dox myself. It was like a gas station or like some old supermarket or something, and you can redevelop that. And so homes are built. When more homes are built, the cost of rent goes down. And yes, the value of your home will go down too, but we care more about the disadvantaged people. We should ideally care more about the disadvantaged people than the people who own homes. I don't personally. My mom owns a home, but I don't care what happens to her home value. And honestly, if an area is growing anyways, the value of the home is not going to go down anyways. So you don't really have to worry about your home value going down just because some skyscrapers are being built nearby. Just because there's some sketchy building nearby, it doesn't mean your home values are going to go down. Maybe they will go down, but probably development means good things. Development means exciting things. It means restaurants. You like restaurants, don't you? The more development there is, the more restaurants there are. I like restaurants. I like development. The only times I don't like development is when they develop over forests. Do not tear down forests to develop. That's my only problem with development. Or not just forest, but just greenfield. I don't believe in greenfield development. I don't believe you should tear down a grassland or a forest to develop. However, if it is a piece of property is being unused for whatever the heck they were using it for 50 years ago. If there was some factory 50 years ago and nobody's used the land for 50 years and it's just some dirty old grimy piece of land, turn it into housing. Let some developer come along and just say, yes, you can build a 5-story apartment complex there. Good luck with that, have at it. But you have to look. I think you understand what I'm saying. The more development there is, the more the price of rent goes down. And then there's also issues about gentrification, which I'm not going to get into gentrification. I know that's a real issue. I know people are concerned about gentrification. I know that's a problem. Gentrification is a problem. There's no doubt about it. I'm not encouraging gentrification. That's not a good thing. But there's ways you can develop in certain areas that won't cause gentrification. There's also other problems too that needs addressing. Whereas if you build too many high rises, then that causes gentrification, and that can happen. But I'm talking about in general, there's not enough homes being built in general. Now, where you build those and how you build those, that's an open question. But in general, we could solve homelessness if we built more homes, and we could, and I mean apartments when I say homes. It could be tall 30-story apartment buildings, or it could be a 3-story apartment building, or it could be a duplex, a 1-story duplex, or 1-story quadplex, or like a little cottage in the back of a house where somebody could live in the cottage in the back of the house, and somebody could live in the front of the house, and so somebody could live in the front part of the house, and the part it could be subdivided into a duplex into different housing. You understand what I'm saying? I don't just mean like a fancy McMansion or whatever. I mean like apartments, duplexes, quadplexes, all different types, mobile homes. I'm not saying only build mobile homes, but we can allow more mobile home areas. We can allow tiny homes. We can allow micro apartments. We can allow all sorts of things. But we have to have the political will to allow that to happen. We can change the world if we want to. We have to have the will to make that happen. That's all. Let me know in the comments below if you agree with me. Should we build more housing? Let me know in the comments below how you feel about that. Please subscribe to this channel to be part of the community. And please like this video. It really helps out the channel a lot. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.